Hello everybody and welcome back to the tutorial of this house. Last episode we built this window right here and kind of added some detail to it, and we also built this window as well. We also built the front porch and kind of outlined our house and the layout it's going to have. So this time we are going to work on this wall right here where the staircase will be. The thing with staircases though, staircases can get kind of annoying, and also where the ceiling is with them can also get pretty annoying. Just the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. When I first started out building, I always hated doing the staircases, and now it's more like, oh, I have some tricks to use. So, this wall's not going to be too bad. All we're going to do is fill it in with the gray as for right now. And then later we can add some windows into it where they need to go. So basically just fill in this wall up to right here, just to get it where it's just filled in. So after you do that, we're going to work on this little thing right here. Probably there's a lot of confusion with this little thing right here. Well, since this is going to be a kitchen, this can be like a little pantry, like a little, you know, where they can put the food and everything. So I'm actually going to work on the floor for this one. So what you're going to need for the floor is you're going to need your smooth sandstone and a bone block. And this isn't too bad if you just want to do it like this, and it kind of outlines like that, where the corners touch each other, but the actual blocks do not go like that. And I know this is going to be kind of difficult, but with the bone block you don't want it like this because you can see it looks like a little circle. Just fill it in where it is like this. And this kind of creates a little tile effect. Like that. So, with this right here, you're not going to put a window on this level. We will put it on the other levels. So just go ahead and fill it all the way up. So now we have this big long wall right here with nothing on it. So what we're going to do, if you remember from last time, we did this right here. The little on the outsides, it just kind of makes it give it a little bit more detail. We're going to do the same thing over here. So remember, you're going to want to leave one open and destroy the top one, and just go up every one block. Same thing, and then put the buttons like that. Normally there would be a window here. However, we're going to put a window on the top, and if it looks a little bit weird, we're going to put the window on the bottom, and then we can just adjust this if we need to. Because right now this is just going to be a closet, and this is going to be a pantry. Alright, so once you've done that, go ahead and fill the rest of the floor in. And then we can start on the back wall. Alright, so once you've filled that in, you'll come back over here to the kitchen area, and we're going to fill this wall in. I promise we're going to have a window on these walls. Alright, so once you fill that in, we can start. We're actually going to go over to this window, or to this side over here, and we're going to count 1, 2, and on the third one, you're going to place one of these. And then you're going to go 2. You're going to go 1, 2, you're going to place one, and 1, 2, and then place one. Now, if you look on this side, basically the wall is going to go here. So if we have one over here, it's not going to be even. So instead of doing like this, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, And then, so basically there's going to be 2 here, so then you're going to count on the inside, you're going 1, 2, and there's going to be a 2 window right here. So same thing, you come up 4, and then you fill it in with glass, and then you're going to fill this, the rest of it around it in. Remember, get your quartz stairs and they go up like that on this side, and on the bottom they go upside down. And we're not going to put the ladders on just yet. I guess we can. Well, go ahead and put it on so we don't forget. The key with the building these houses, I know if you were building a city and stuff and you would have trees in the backyard, you're like, oh, well, the back, nobody's really going to look at the back. Well, you gotta have to be consistent with your housing and your building if you want the house to look good, so make it consistent with the front. On the back, we're going to do the same thing. Normally for a kitchen, you really don't have a long window or like one of the bigger windows. You have one of the smaller ones. However, just to make it look better, we're going to have one of the longer windows. And I'll show you how to fix the cabinets and everything to match that. So since this has a gap of 3, we're going to come over here and we're also going to count 3. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to put it on the 4th block. And count 1, 2, and then do that. So that way there is an even amount of space between in each of the rooms. So just fill this all in and then do your windows like this, like you've been doing. Put the ladders on, trapdoors here, make sure you don't forget the stairs. Here, and then you'll come up top like that, and then put the trapdoors like that. Now we got to do the same thing on the side right here. So remember, it's quartz, concrete, wood, concrete, wood, concrete, wood. Same thing down here. Quartz, concrete, wood, concrete, wood. And then put your buttons in the middle. Just like that. Now for this wall, we're just going to fill this in until it meets right here. So you're just going to fill it all in like this. And then you're also going to fill this up to here. We're going to do, for this doorway right here, we're going to do the same thing we did over here for this doorway. So you're going to get one of these and then your glass pane and do the same thing. So the door would be here, and then here, and up one, and then your glass. So they look identical. Alright, now, we're going to, if you walk in the doorway, you see it's like this. So you're going to build up 1, and then you're going to build up 1, so there's basically, there is 1 on each side of this, because remember, the wall is going to be here. So there's 1 and 1. Now, for this one, since it's more of a utility room, I'm still going to do one of the bigger windows like I did for the kitchen. So you're just basically going to do the same thing. And I'm going to show you, this is basically the outline for the window. Because you're going to have these going up right here, and then your stairs on this, and then you just fill it in. So that's basically the outline for the window. Alright. So now what we're gonna do, since we have all of the exterior, I cannot talk today, the exterior walls built, we are going to start the exterior walls, but we're going to start the interior walls. So what you're going to need your stripped dark oak log, your smooth sandstone, and your bone block. Now, we could just make the walls look like this, we're not gonna do that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put on the red, because we just we outlined in the last episode the walls, where the walls are gonna go for the inside. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these and you're gonna basically just put them, you know, follow the red line. Now, we're missing something here. So, you come in the outside, you can't get into the living room unless you go for the kitchen. And that's no fun. So we're going to put a little opening. So where this door is right here, you're going to count 1 and you're going to break 2. So it's basically just a small little opening like this. Alright, next, you're going to take your bone block and put it and outline the stripped logs. Okay, here's a good point right here. Make sure that when you're building with these, I know they're a new block, so it's kind of confusing sometimes. Make sure it's not like this. Make sure they look all the same, where the squares are on the top and they're not on the side. So you're going to put your bone blocks on top. Same thing with the bone blocks. You don't want them like this where the circle's on the side. You want them to circle on the top. So you're just going to outline that. Now you're going to take your smooth sandstone and build all the way up to the top. Like this. These are going to be very, very tall ceilings, so just because it just makes it look a little bit bigger, house-wise. Now when you get to an area like this, and there's supposed to be a door here, because there is going to be a door right here, you're going to bring it down to where it's just 2 for the opening. And you're just going to fill all of these in. Don't quite bring it over like this and make a doorway, because we're going to do something special with those when we get to building the interior. I'm just putting up the walls so we can put the ceiling up and then start work on the top. This is what it should look like right now. Alright, so now we can start building the upper walls, or the upper part of the house. So basically what we're going to do for this is we're going to continue the windows, where the windows are. That's where all of the windows on the upstairs are going to be, because it just looks a little bit neater that way. So we're going to start on this side right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and grab your window blocks, even the trapdoors and stuff, and you're also going to grab your wool and your dark oak planks. Now, we're going to figure out how tall the ceiling's going to be so we know where to start the other windows, because you don't just want us to go ahead and start the other window right here, because that would be, you wouldn't know where the floor would be. So for this house, we're going to have some really tall ceilings. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tall ceilings, and then you're going to, basically on top of the walls, like this, you're going to just fill all of this in with wool. Now the wool is the ceiling for the inside. It's not the floor for the upstairs. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. So basically, like your house that you're living in or whatever, if you look up at the ceiling, it's, you know, it's a different color, and then let's just say it's white, it's a white ceiling. Then you go upstairs to the same spot, but it's just over that room that you were just in, and you look down at the floor and it's a different floor. That's basically what we're going to do here. So on top of the wool, you're going to put your planks, like this. And you're going to fill all of this in. Now we know where to start the window. So you're going to fill this in with this, and before you start the window, because you don't want to start the window here, because is the window on the floor or is it one above the floor? So you're going to go look at one of your windows. Doesn't matter which one, except for these. The window starts one above the ground. So when you go over here, you don't want to put your stairs right here, because that means the window would start at the ground. That's not what it does. So you're going to build that same outline down here. This is basically a window outline. Kind of looks like a little nether portal. You're going to grab your window stuff and just build up a window. And just fill in your window, continue it from below, and just like that. Now we also have to continue this right here. So just continue this up and make sure they're facing up and not out. Just like that. Just like that. Same thing, you're also going to take your buttons and you're going to continue the button on the gray. So it looks like that. We're also going to do something right here when we start just the landscaping part of this. Just a few other minor details. So there is the inside. Now you can also fill this up like this as well. And you can also fill up the other side. Alright. So, you can fill in all of this with wool, because with this house we're not going to do any double story rooms. Some of the other tutorials for the bigger houses I might do some of the double story rooms, like the living room might have 2 stories with an overlook over it, or we might have a foyer with an overlook. But it just kind of depends on what type of house it is and how much space we have. So go ahead and fill all of this in. Oh, now it's raining. Alright, so this clip accidentally got deleted, so I'm having to re-record it. So, after you'd filled in all of the wool for the ceiling inside, grab your light gray concrete again and come back to the outside where it juts out like this, and count 2 blocks in, and then there's a 3rd block behind here. Come out 1, 2, 3, come back in 1, and then go 1, 2, 3. So it should look like this. So it has 1, 2, 3, you go back in 1, has 1, you go back in 1, and like this. And then just do your windows just with the quartz slab, or the quartz stair, and then the panes. And then on the inside, just fill in the floor. It should look like this on the inside. Also, go ahead and continue this wall all the way over till it meets right here. And I think that was all that was missing in that video. I don't know what exactly happened, but I'm having to fix it like this. So just take the wall, go all the way back, and then do the little circular part of the wall.